Hello everyone, this is going to be a advanced handler than what you're used to seeing, and that's pretty much what I will be working on and doing. But you will need to know how to make a basic bot, so you have to go through the process of making the bot and grabbing the token, and same with Mongo, because we're going to use Mongoose, which is the JavaScript library, Node library for database. And just make sure you have these three at least. Discord.js. I'm using version 14, so I would suggest using that because everything in this video will be based on this, and there is a difference between this and 13, obviously. And .env and Mongoose. This will be a / command bot because it's no use in showing you how to make a message one. So we'll require .env first. No, not a 0. What the fuck? Alright, .config. Alright. That just will load a .env file, as it says there, which you have to use by process.env. Alright. So that means we'll go create a new file, .env. That's where you'll put like your token and everything. I'll do that once I'm done with this video. So this is the reason why this is more advanced. It's because we will be using classes. So we'll make a source, and in that source we'll have app.js. Alright, and we go back here, we're going to use the name of the bot. So for me, I'm going to do YT comment bots. I'll explain why I'm naming that at the end of the video. And we're going to grab that file, so src app. I like doing .js, but if it works without it, you don't need it. So bots will equal to new IT comment bot. Let's just go ahead and make that capital, since that's something that will be important. This usually, just so you know that it's a class. Usually people hit classes as all caps, if that makes sense. And we'll call it now. Whenever you do this, you're calling a method from this class. We have not established this class yet, and we will, but it will be called launch. And then we'll do process.on, and this will essentially listens for whenever you end the connection. Whenever we're ending the connection, it will listen for this whole thing. Just read that. But this is just going to be when it listens for a anything really. When it listens for an event, and then it will just close in the terminal right here. That will be here. Wait. Now this I will get to in a second, because what we're going to do is we're going into the class, we'll be making a variable that will be called DB, that will have the new database class, which will then have the actual variable for the connection, and then we'll close that connection. you'll see later on in the video. And we'll just put close, no, exiting process. Alright, that will be sent to our console, and we'll just do process exit to end the process and the program. And that's it. That's all we need to do in that file. App is going to be a lot different. Alright. Because this is where we're going to actually do everything we would need, and that is required. So in here, just make sure you have app, and we're going to go ahead and start programming this. So we want to make a class, and we're going to go back here, copy this, paste that. So now at the end of this, we're going to do it right now. We want to do a module exports, and then our class, and there, that will make a new class for us. Now every class needs a constructor. Now in JavaScript it's called constructor, and other languages, mainly Java and C++, it's the name of the class. You can, and I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. So we'll make a new client, which actually should probably require client quick before anything. Nope, cheat, arrow keys, up, Jesus. We'll get clients and collection, because we'll need that later as well. Might as well require it now. Score.js. That will go into the JS file and just grab those classes. Or, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're classes, I would say. Yeah, class constructor, yeah. Anyway, equals new client. Yeah, and this is another important thing. In this version 14. Alright. It is important that no, go away. Stop opening shit. Anyway. Alright, so I have to make sure I'm getting it all correct, because if you don't do it correctly, you're going to fuck up the bot. So the clients require intents. You probably know this from if you use version 13, but these intents are different when it comes to creating a bot in version 14. So we'll actually need two more things from this. So we will get gateway intent bits and partials. In the intents here, we'll do gateway intent bits dot guilds, and then partials, alright, square brackets, partials dot channel, and that'll be it for that. Don't tell me exactly why we need these. It's just Discord's way of wanting to do this. And we'll do like a variable named commands. Set to new collection. We will make a utility file. I can show you what that is all about eventually. New utility. And we'll pass in the actual class object. That's what this keyword is. This keyword represents this. Everything this owns goes right into there. Right here just represents this. Pretty much owns these. Alright. And this is where that DB is coming in from here. Because we're using the bot, which equals to this. And DB, the first one, is equal to this. Which will equal our new database once we make it. Alright. Now we'll go ahead and make these. So in here we want to do is make some static folder. You can just see this as stuff that you will probably never have to change unless it's a JSON file that you make. And in here we'll do as how am I doing this right? Give me one moment. Okay. Alright, 2 folders. And we'll name this one utility as well. With now it'll be confusing, but honestly you can name the folders whatever you want. Just make sure that whenever I go to require these, that the path is wherever you put that folder. Because if you do it like me, you have it in a different path, you'll probably fuck it up. Alright, so now we need a utility.js in here. Now it's important to we're not going to really get too much into utility.js, just making the class and everything, but there's going to be uses for that. And I'm keeping it like this because I need to look at another screen to make sure I'm even doing all this right. Alright, anyways, alright, so utility will be required through static utility database require utility database.js. Alright, with that made, we will now also, we will need FS as well, because that's what you do, that's what you need. Because I'm sure you guys probably have already made bots. Everyone that has done this always use FS, because that's just what you need to use to read files. Anyway, now we're on to the most important part, and that's the launch, right here, the launch method. So we'll have to make a launch, make sure you spell it right. That's the method, and we'll do this dot load events. This will call the events method in this class. Same with the commands method. This will get from the database class and will load the database. And this will log into the client. Yeah, I'm just going to call it token. Make sure that whenever you do this, whenever you're in here, you name it token equals whatever your token is. Alright, I'll do that later. However, I'm not on camera. Anyway, now we'll need to load events. So we'll have to do load events, and we'll need to load commands. God damn it. Alright, load events. Really just follow what I'm doing, because I will explain away. So event files will read the directory and we'll sync it using their name, which is the directory name, plus events, which is the folder that we'll add in here. Events and commands. There we go. Then we'll do dot filter file and we'll do file that ends with .js. Alright, now we'll need to loop through each file. So make a variable called file of event files. So that means everything in here, everything that's in this array, that's what this creates, will go into here to then be looped. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's right. That's how I understood it. Whatever's in this will get looped. Everything in this will get looped. So every file in here will be looped into there to then be loaded through. So it will require events \. This is a string literal. Make sure this is very useful. I love it. File So we're technically requiring this file. The file that will be in here. We'll do event name and or splits dot 0. This is some array manipulation stuff. I can't really, it just splits the dot from these files with the, it just keeps the name of the file. That's really all I can say about that. Or it gets the dot name, depends which one it is. But that's just in case we end up actually doing a module that exports with the name in there, which I'm pretty sure that's why this is there. Equals ready. So this right here means we will need to make this ready.js, which will be that name. So client.once is ready. Event.bind null to this. So bind, if it will let me, no. So if I just do dot bind, does it? Yeah, that. That's what that will do. Oh, please that parenthesis back. Anyway, that's all that will do. Else, it will do this dot client dot on event name event bind null to this. Pretty much this will run interaction create. Make sure you spell that. No, God, not a text file. Yes, delete. Anyway, interaction create.js. That's what that will run. This here, which is important. And deletes. Require that. She require not resolve. File. This will just clear everything so that I would say so it doesn't keep running this. I would assume. Me and a friend made this. That's why I'm really, well, my friend did most of the work, I would say, but this is me reading from all that this code, and I do like it. And I told him I would be the one to share it. So delete. You'll pretty much delete this file from event files, I would say, so that the for loop doesn't, go in an infinite loop. And now we're going to do is this next one. You do not need it. It's just a bunch of logging to make sure everything's working. So I copied and pasted it. Of course I did. But anyway, this will log that all this has been done. This here, I guess this is important if you want to do this. But it will be an on event for when we go into the database here. But it'll call that on event. Once it's connected, it'll send connected to the database. Again, we'll do connected to the database. So I want to actually do this first. Well, it will just say connecting, connected, disconnected, but I do want to change the position of these because I don't like that. But yeah. And then whenever you go to shut off the bot, this here will run to disconnect it all. And this will just run that the database here was loaded, which will happen right here. So if this runs correctly and all this runs, everything will have been loaded here except for the commands right now, which is now what we're doing. So there's two ways of doing this. I will do it a way that I think you should do it, and that is with other categories. And what I mean is, so in this here folder, we're going to call it information. Alright, I'll tell you what that is in a second. Next, I'm going to just call this folder UI. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. That's all we're going to do for now. Alright. The reason why I have these is because this here, we'll put our first command, ping, and this is mainly for in the future, but we'll put a command in. Well, actually, I will just delete that so just in case, because there's really no command I want to do for that yet. But anyway, we'll be able to run categories. And if you want to do it without categories, I can show you. It's not that hard. It really isn't, because here, I'll do this for you. If you want to do it without, here is the actual code. And let me delete that, because that doesn't apply to you, because you won't be using categories. Everything else here is completely valid for no categories. So as I will, what this does is it'll have command files, it will read the directory. Now this you would not need. You will instead need just this, just like you did up here. And then you will do .filter, ends with JavaScript or JS. Then for file of these command files, command is required of command. You will then remove category there to then be commands file, to then just get the file, just like you would do right here, right up here. And then you'll do file.name, which is command.name equals to here. You pretty much do the same thing here as you would here to get .name. Then commands.set list got commands, which gets it from this collection, and will set the command name to the actual file, and that'll be the collection. That's what that does. Now, for categories, it's just adding another for loop. That's all it is. And all that takes is that right there. So I'll go over again. we'll make a categories variable, read directory and sync it, directory name of commands for category of categories, so each folder will then, of course, command file, like I said, read directory and sync. Instead, we'll not just go to the commands folder, but we'll go to the current category, which will be information right now in my current directory of files. We'll filter it with file that ends with any file with JS, and then when we go here, file of command files, it will then get each of the commands from each of these categories, but whenever you do require it, you will need the category, the current category of that file. And then you will set the name. If you want to set the category, you can. There really isn't anything I would use this for in only circumstances, but I put it in there just in case we would need it. If we really need the category for whatever reason. The only reason I would say is if you're trying to make certain commands from a certain category only work if certain conditions are met. But with the other bot I've been working on this, we have it, we use it. There's been some issue with it, so I'm not sure how well this will work anymore, but I'm willing to try it out, make sure it wasn't just that bot being in version 13. But yeah, and this is pretty much it, and then we'll just console.log it that slash commands have been loaded. Yep, and that's it for that file. Oh, and yeah, that will just export to class. So that's it for this file. So we'll go ahead and save it. So now, what we should do now is we have to get the rest of this work. We have to get utility and database. So utilities first. This is a quick and easy. It's literally class utility constructor. Give it a parameter of app, and then we'll do this.app equals app in there. That's it. Oh, of course you need this, but yeah. And that's it. That's done. We're not really going to do much, but it's there in case we need to put in a function that we'll use across multiple different files. Usually, if you have your own little math function that you brilliantly thought up, you would put it here if you were going to plan to use it across multiple different things. So there's that. As for the next file we should do is database. So this is where you would need to know how to use Mongoose. So we'll mess with Mongoose right now. So you'll need to require Mongoose. That is important. Then we'll make the class database. We'll make the constructor. And this.db, which is again, right, this is the second DB right here. Alright? Because this gets it from the bot, the first one gets it from the app, and then the second one gets it from the actual file. Equals mongoose dot connection. No, connection. Right, connection. Just make sure I spell it right. Show. So users. This is the user schemas that we'll do. Dot model. We call it by user, and we're going to require it. Now, this is where I had most of the static stuff. So under here, we'll put our not file folders schema there, and we'll do is user schema.js. I will do guild schema as well. Guild. Even though I don't really plan to do much with it, but I feel like people would want to see it, especially for their bots, so might as well add it in there. So we go to database now, and then we will just need to require these files. So how we do that? We'll do this, go to static. Yes, I would recommend you do this in Visual Studio Code, not Repel, for this very reason. Schema, user schema. Now I don't really do JS there, but yeah, doesn't matter. Just do that. Just guild db.model guild, which is this Discord server. Require dot static schema guild schema. Alright, these will grab the models that we will need, and then we'll need to load the database. So mongoose.connect process.env. I'm calling it db URL, which will be in here under your token db URL. What this is, whenever and this is why I say you should know how to connect your Mongo database, because all you just need is go into MongoDB at last, log in, get a free database, use AWS for the hosting service. Just hit create, it will do it. Make sure you know to set your network access so you can load the database, and then your user access, and then when you go to connect to an application, it should give you a URL, and then that URL you will paste in here with replacing the username and the password parts with the username and password that you are. Hope that makes sense. If you don't, I do have a video on that. You should be able to, if you're smart enough, you should be able to do it easily, just like that. Just make sure you put that link here, and that's it. I'm showing you how to actually connect to it, so you don't have to watch the full video. You can just watch the full video. Well, not the full video. You can watch the video on what you have to do on the website. As for the code, I'm doing it right now anyways. So you use new or URL parser to true. Make sure you spell this right. Use unified topology true. If you spelled it wrong, and I'll make sure that if it doesn't work for me, I'll make sure in another video, the next video, I fix it, because you can try and figure out how you're supposed to spell it, but if you can't, that'll kind of fuck up your pod, because it happened to me. At least I found somewhere where to spell it. But yeah. And that was from a YouTube video or just from the file I'm looking at to make sure I'm doing this right. But yeah, we'll then export the database. That's it. Alright, that's it for that. Now, we can do the schemas, but it doesn't exactly matter. But just to have something, this is what you would do. Schema goes require mongoose and user schema equals new schema. There you go. ID type string. There, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing for now. And then when you go here, we will want to then module exports the schema. And there you go. That's just a starter schema. We're not using that. That's just to have something in there so the code doesn't break. We'll have to do. We'll literally do the same thing in the other one. We'll require schema. We'll call this guild schema. Put in ID guild schema. There you go. And that's done for now. Alright. The next you should do is, after you've gone through the list, so that now we have this, is that we need the ready event. And in that, we need to just have this. If you didn't know, I got tired of typing. Anyway, we get, yeah, that's the activity and everything. But I would try to keep it. I'll do comments later and everything on my own time. We export this with async. If you don't know what it is, you should probably learn a bit more JavaScript, but some fancy smashy way of doing stuff, I would say. It's a more promise-based function. There, I said. App client are the parameters that we'll be passing. Console.log logged into as client. User tag, which is get the name, hashtag, the client's ID on Discord. Then we'll wait. So this is a promise that we'll keep. We'll go from app, which is this app, and we'll do .client. So we'll go from app .client, and then this is all in the client. If you don't understand where these come from, you have to look at the documentation for the client class. But we'll do .application, .commands, which again pretty much is this. .set app.commands, which is our app this command. So don't get when I said this was the same as this. It almost is, but the client property, the client class has its own command variable like that, or a collection that will hold all your bot's commands to be so that you can get it and everything. But in order for us to put that there, we have to set it to the commands we want to put in there. So that's why we have app.commands here. and then we'll do a map of it to have x.info, which would be this. Info. It will get this. It will get all the information in that. That's what it will do. That's what that does. Alright. And then app that client right here again. It will get that user from this. It will set the activity, which is if you were playing a game, that's your activity on Discord that people can see. You'll be able to see that it's doing this stuff. I already had this preset, but we're going to set it as creating myself, I guess. And we'll set to the type of watching, which I think is purple. I have no clue. Anyway, that's all we need for there. So now, with that done, I think we're good to go until we get to interaction where it creates, which will run this, which is actually important, but yeah. But we'll do it in this just so that we can get it done. But that'll be it then. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is, so I can skip the whole, oh no, I'll actually wait to go to embeds. But anyway, module.exports, again, the promise function of app and interaction. Pretty sure I spelled that right. We'll then do that. Sorry, I'm a space Nazi, sue me. Anyway, guild model equals app. We'll get the database, and we'll get the guild model, as you guys have saw. Same with this for the player model, or the user model, whatever you want to call it. And get the app, we'll get the DB, which is the database, and then the users. I'm pretty sure I named it users, yeah. And then we'll then do let guild, which is the current guild, equal to weights guild model dots find one and update. You'll get the ID, which is interaction user guild ID. Again, if you're no clue why these things are there, look on the documentation for what interaction does, or properties in it. Return doc. I would say just put this stuff down to be safe, but this is all stuff that is for Mongoose that you can do, and I would say do it. I saw my friend do it, and he tried to explain to me, and I was like, you know what, as long as it grabs it, I believe you that it certainly does this. And so we'll just do the same thing with the player model. This is all so that you're able to access data within this file much easier and not have to go make a function or whatever and then copy and paste it everywhere just to grab a freaking file from the database. This is the most easiest way I've learned how to do it, and I feel all people that are making a bot need to do this, because eventually you want to make the code much cleaner, much nicer, much more better, and less copy paste in terms of this. So we'll do command app.commands, which gets it from our collection. .get interaction.command name, which is another property which just gets to the command name of that current interaction. That's all I can say. If no, maybe. Oh, I don't know if we want to do that yet. Yeah, no. We're not going to create data first. Alright, we're not going to create data first because there is really no need to do that. But, you know what? It just depends on how this bot is going to go. Because I do have a plan for this bot with YouTube comment section. Which I will have everyone in the YouTube comment section, who wants to just put in command name, and I'll make it in the bot. I'll show that I'm making it, and it'll be a part of the bot. You will also be able to play it in the server, but it'll be a collection of all that. And I'll even add my own commands regardless. That's what I plan to do. So I might, you know what, I'll do it. Because you probably want to do this anyway so you don't fill up your database too quickly. Because what this does is, what I'm doing right now is I'm making players need to run the create command first so that they have data if they want to use the bot, because most likely this bot will do nothing but do that. And I feel like create data first. So what this will use the create command. Anyway, this would just tell them that you have to use this command if you want to use any other command, because there's some bots, if you're doing a game, you'll have people join the server. Now this is usually when they automatically go to play, do the bot, but this is so that you can clean up, or at least not have someone just run a command and then ditch, and then your database is stuck with that template, that default template that's actually wasting space. So if they try to use any other command, they can't, or we'll actually do this. So information, we'll see if this works. You can see if this works, but what you can do is set this to true, set this as one condition. So if this is true and this is true, and then we'll put an or. Oh no, we would. Oh yeah. Or command.name does not equal to ping. Okay. So if they don't have data, but they still want to run a command, if that command is ping, oh no, yeah, because if it is ping, this would be false. Oh, that'll be true, so that will still run. God, I probably have to do or is ping now. Anyway, I'll fuck with this a layer, but it'll be easier if I had a category. But anyway, this checks that. I guess I could just do if command name equals to ping. I wanted to actually just skip this, so I'll skip this whole thing. But anyway, they won't be able to use any command unless they create data first, which will happen when you run the bot. So what I'm gonna do is, for now, just comment that out with a multi-line comment, which is like that, until we actually start wanting to create data. You don't fuck with it. I don't know if I'll keep it. You certainly don't, but I feel like it's much easier to just put in another file. But I will definitely come back to it, but I wanted to say that for just in case you were interested in that. So this in guild thing, if their interaction is not in guild, which is in DMs, do away interaction.reply, commands are not available in DMs. Now, I don't know exactly how that will work because I haven't tried on my bot. My bot actually sends me DM when I create, which is what I'll also do. So yeah, that's what I'll do. But I will certainly add in some interesting things that I think you guys would like, that I think you should add to your bot, especially for a settings panel that can disable pings. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but anyway. Anyway, Jesus, I got distracted. Okay, so I'll explain what I'm doing here, but yeah, I'll put a settings panel that you can disable DMs, and which will change everything, change how you write the code, but that's also interesting to do, and I think it's favored by a lot of people if they could have the opportunity to make the bot not DM them. But anyway, we'll keep that there for now, just in case, but I will explain what I'm doing here. Alright. Alright, so what I did was I make a try and catch block, which is good for error handling. So this will catch an error and it will log the error. That's all that does. Now, in the try, we'll do a promise, which is what the whole thing is, and then we'll do command.execute, which it will execute that method. You know, just go ahead and do this. We're gonna call that data. Alright. We'll execute that, which it comes from there. And we're passing an app, interaction, and these guild and player right here. These two datas that we won't need for now. But yeah, I will comment these out as of right now, because since you guys would probably already have the bot and everything, you would want to test to see if it fucking works in the first place. So that's just so you can see if it works. I won't be testing it because I have to go through the whole thing, and this is already almost an hour long. So besides, by time, if this doesn't work, I'll just add on to the end of the video anyways. But after I add on to the end of the video, then you would know it works. But as for me right now, I don't know how well this will work. It should still work, but yes. So now, if you're really pestered by it, just go to the end of the video. Eventually, you'll see me making it work, or changing some things on here. Anyway, go to ping. Since we did get done with this, we got it so that we can run commands. So go to ping, which is really just this that I told you about. So in that info, we want to do the name. We're going to call it ping because that's the name of the command. The type, since this is version 14, application. No, we'll wait for that. We'll do equals require Discord JS. Alright. So we'll do application command type and application command option type. Alright. You know what? Fine. Okay, in order for me to demonstrate this correctly, I might as well just go ahead and do this. So back in here, we'll do a little bit of embeds, even though this is probably the only little bit you'll ever need. Embed builder equals, yes, in version 14, it's not message embed anymore, it's embed builder. There, you will need that, and then we'll need to go here, const embed equals new embed builder dot, we'll go ahead and just set timestamp, interaction dot create timestamp. If that's everything, fine. Set color. I want to say this is red. Anyway, there's that. There we have embed. We'll then go right here, put this in, put the comma back in, embed. Alright. And then we'll go here, we'll just do embed. Don't worry about the data part, because I'll do that whenever I go to actually make more commands that will use that. Anyway, type application command type dot chat input, which is the input you put into the this Discord server. Alright, description, which you probably know, is the description of the command, so I'm just going to do send pong or embed. Eventually I'll make it actually send the ping and everything, but for now, no. This is just a simple command for testing. And then we'll do options, which you probably seen if you messed with version 13. We'll call it test. Give it a description as well. Test. Nothing special. And then type. Application command option type dot string. The type is important. It's extremely important that you put that in now. God damn it, dot string. Now we'll also do choices, because this is another thing that you can do. We'll do this. Name is test1. Value test. Value you did it. That's pretty much it. Fine. For just for education's sake, we'll do another one. Guess what it is? Test 2. With the value, you probably guessed it. You did it again. There you go. And that's it for that. So now we just go to execute here, and then we'll do if. Now we have to get the option. So interaction dot options, which is a property, dot get string, which will get this here, and we want to get test. We'll then do embed dot set tail to pong. And wait, interaction that reply, embeds, fuck. If we're using a wait, you need to use async. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Pretty sure I did not spell that right. The promise thingy anyway. Embeds, embed. Now send the embed. Now if you do this, it will just have you get choices, but I guess I'll do that just to show you. Direction that get that options, right? I'm looking to make sure I can get the option value correct. Doesn't look like I did that yet. At least not in here. I feel like I can just do I don't think so. a second. Just doing a quick lookup. If I can find it. Okay, rarity. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, I get it. Okay. So, we'll do this. Let option direction options dot get string test. There you go. I'll get this here. It'll make it easier for me if I did it like this. Option, and then alright, we'll do let value equals option dot. Oh no. Okay. Bed dot add fields. Name. And we'll do as option. String literal this option. The value you did test. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. Test. This here should work, if I'm not mistaken anyways, because what I'm looking at here, the rarity after we did interaction dot options, I get string of that command. We did a whole filter thing, and we made the rarity of that, which is from the options, equal to whatever rarity it is, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that's exactly how it is. So yeah. So this should work. Again, I'll check, make sure to check it. But anyway, we will need an else. Open this up. We will need an else. And we'll do another await interaction dot reply with poem. Okay, that's your first command. That should work. If it doesn't, just literally remove this, or just wait till I fix it later in this video anyways. But yeah, that's a simple command that gives you a lot of information. And yeah. Alright. So, alright. I'll be talking again, so yeah. Well, I just want to add a quick note whenever you're doing slash commands, and if you don't know this already, I'm in my thing, I'm in my bot, go to OAuth 2, go all the way to general client where you see all this. That's just the ID, it doesn't matter. You just can't see that, I guess. And then go here, click down here, in-app authorization, bot, application commands, put everything you want. So I am doing u/commands, read and view text channels, send messages. Don't know about these. No, for me, I might as well just do that for administrator. because if you guys want to make this bot because since this is going to take your YouTube comments, whatever you want the command is and we want it to do, it will do it. So it's better just to have this, because I know you might want to have the bot for all its purposes, plus to manage a server and roles and channels, kick ban, everything like that. Alright, so I'm leaving it as is, but that's all I will do. So yeah, that's it. And then so whenever you go on to Discord, you run the bot, and you click on the profile, you will see a button that will say add the server. There you go. Alright, so it's time to test the bot. So let's see if it works. As you see, I have not made any changes, and as I did no dot, events load, database load, / commands load, connecting database, disconnect, connected, connecting, then connected, logged in as. Now, if I hit Control C, it'll end the bot, making it do exiting the process and disconnecting. Clears that. There you go. So now let's go ahead and go to it again. Alright, so now we're in Discord. Here's the bot. It's online, plus has the button that I said about, and it supports commands. So now all we do is a slash, and of course ping. Yeah, it'll be this one, but it doesn't have. It will show the freaking thing, but eventually do this ping test with. I think this is even the right one. Yeah, it is. See? It works. Now if we just do ping for this one, for you, if you're doing it just by yourself, you would easily recognize your bot, because it will probably have the avatar and it'll say sends Pong or embed, which is yeah. So essentially just do ping again, send Pong or that, with one option being test, and I guess here, let me try this. I'm gonna fix something real quick. Let's see if this even works. So turn off the bot. We'll do required true. Oh no. Unless I spelled choices wrong. Wait a minute, what the fuck? Give me a moment. Yeah, give me a moment. Don't worry. I can do it. Give me a moment. No, wrong button. This one. I have to make sure this is even correct. Create. Alright. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Oh, fuck! Okay, I'll just show you what I did. That should work. Oh, and I spelled choices wrong. I did spell that wrong. Okay. Make sure you spell it right. So, the one change I did was choices is spelt differently. Just replace the C and the I. Just change those places. Now we should get that to work. And now that required true thing that I said, don't even worry about it. Anyway, if I turn on the bot now. Oh, you fucking. What is this? What is it? What is it? Something didn't go through. Something did not go through. What did I fuck with? So let me just. So here we are again. Back at here. It says I have an unhandled event, which apparently at the setting in the ready, which doesn't exactly make too much sense. So why that's happening? Yeah. Command.options.map is not a function. Well, I'll be damned. Okay. See, so you have these types of issues, and I'm not exactly sure what the fuck is really going on because it works on my other, but I'm such a retard. Sorry for saying that. I don't really care. I'm dumb. See, the problem was these. If you don't have this square bracket here on the first options, it will have an issue. It will not do what you want to do. So make sure you have this on every other previous options that you will get. Make sure that you want here. You don't need it. Now, as I was saying, now that it works, all I did was change the name here because I spelled it wrong. And I did remove these, but keep them there. Alright, and that's really all. That's all you need. So now that is on, and we go back to here, we can then do, see now it shows the colors, this spot, ping, give us the option of test, and now it gives us the choices. We can still type in here, which it will not give us a valid choice, but we'll do that one, send, pong, you did it, test. And then we'll do it again, ping, that, test 2, you did it again, you did it again, test. As you can see, it works. Then if we, don't know why I did that, and then we do ping, and we don't do anything else, it will send pong. That's how you do that. That's all it is. That's all it takes. Alright. That's it. It works. Okay, hello everyone. Now this is the end of the video. So I'll say this. If you made it to the end of the video, good. You will actually get to hear the news. If you haven't, whatever. Drop in the comment section a command, the command name, with what you want that command to do. And I'll add it to the bot. Alright. And once I'll add my own stuff to the bot as well, make a full playable game, a bot that is made by a YouTube community. And I'll try my best to make it work. I'll try my best, even I don't know about music bots, don't know exactly because of YouTube and everything being YouTube, but I will definitely try my best to make it work in some way. Make a command that will definitely make the output part of the output, or I'll make a command for everyone that contributed to a command to go in. I think is a good idea. Just drop down in your comments. I'll try and get through all of them the best to my ability and as quickly as possible that I can do. I think it's I think it's a good idea. Make this bot be just a bot full of commands that there really is no purpose. It's just a bunch of commands that do something, and some of them could even interact with other commands to make an actual game or just for memes or whatever. But I think that's a good thing for you to do. So help me out and do that. Pretty please. With a cherry on top. Thank you.